BEZGAR BD901, the unboxing. Comes in a nice case. Share pleasure of control. Stretchable rubber handle, simply pull out. 2 tabs to unzip, showing the zipper mesh on top with information of the drone BD901 guide. A small parts package, a precision Phillips screwdriver, a USB A to C charging cable. In the second package, a small package of screws, a spare set of 1 full set prop A's, prop B's. Underneath the installation foam, the controller, a 25-minute battery runtime, and a 4.5 charge time. The juice of the battery is the press of a button. Long press to see the lights come on. To turn on, long press the button. To shut off, long press the button until all lights go down. Last but not least, the drone, the carrying case. This is the BD901 drone, foldable, with the upper arms first to open and the lower arms last to open. The drone has a battery, a rechargeable built-in battery to the controller that simply turns on, that you can see the lights. Comes with a nice carrying case. Weighs in just shy of 400 grams, 398 to be exact. The BEZGAR BD901 is a foldable drone with the 4K EIS stabilized camera. A quick guide to go over the drone and a full manual, and if you need to have support, a warranty card about your product. The drone in detail has landing gears, brushless motors, propellers, marked A and B. This is the 4K stabilized gimbal camera. When taking off the cover and removing, remember to peel off the film lens protector that is on. The optical flow system, the sensor, the battery compartment, the front LED and the rear LED. The power switch is on the battery when inserted over here. The last part of the drone is the SDXC card, the left joystick and the right joysticks, the mode button 1, 2, and 3, the gimbal control wheel, the phone holder, the status light indicators, the dual antenna swivel, and the handles. On the bottom of the controller is a USB-C port that you're going to fully charge your use. With the controller and drone, the transmitter has 4 areas of interest: the power indicator lights, the camera indicator lights, the drone indicator lights, and the GPS indicator light. Go over them carefully to understand exactly what each one does of the indicators on top. If you turn around the controller on the phone holder, you have all the indicators of the light in case you do not have the book with you. There is an on and off switch. Just simply press it and hold down the button till it stays on, and you can see the indicator lights. For taking photo and video, on each of the sides are, this is a 3.7 2500 milliamp 9.25 WH battery. On the front faces, you have takeoff, auto, and land, and you have a return to home wherever you are at. We are going to download for iOS or Google Play Droid, your application. Smartphone, take a QR symbol photo, download the X Drone. The X Drone app is open. The next step is the gallery, photo and video, the account, the total fly time, the number of flights, and the distance you've flown. Backing out, Enter device, flight interface opens up to the screen. When connected, it'll say connected, and all those reds on top are the information of your drone. You have an eye, so you could go into 360, 2D, and regular mode. You have a cog gear. In the cog gear, from beginners, uncheck, you can go your orbit, semi-diameter, your maximum distance of up to 3 kilometers. You can limit it, and the maximum height of up to 394 feet, you can limit as well. If you go into the sensor status, you can recalibrate your magnetic calibration. It's very simple to do, and when completed, it goes to the live feed screen. On the left-hand side, you have your follow me, point of interest, and after connecting, your headless mode. You have your return to home, auto takeoff and land. Below, you have your map information that's going to look for your street. On the bottom, you have your distance that you went and the height that you went. So you know how far you're going and how high are you going. On the opposite side, you now have this warm and cool for the camera. A record button, a stop button, and a playback of the videos and photos you've taken. On the bottom, there is a magnification that I'm pressing that increase and decrease the magnification. What we are going to do now is go back and set up the drone. It is always turn your transmitter on first and then your drone second. When finished flying, turn off your drone first, your transmitter second. On the top, when we press the on and off button, long press, you notice a number of status lights. We are waiting for the next light to go green in GPS mode. You're going to put on your battery by pushing in firmly. It snaps into place. Hold down to all 4 lights light up. An audible sound and lights are flashing. It is looking for GPS. GPS has been found. It takes a couple of seconds when outside, and we're ready for the next step. Calibration done by the controller. Down to the right. We're in calibration mode. In order to calibrate, lift the drone up, spin three times. Doesn't matter how fast you're going. You must do this in counterclockwise form. What we will show you is the correct way through the application so you can see how this works. We are going to hook up via the application the drone to the Wi-Fi by hitting OK, closing down the app, and going into the settings and Wi-Fi. We are looking for X-Drone 4. We are going to wait for the check mark. You have 30 seconds to do so. Close the apps down and open up the X-Drone app and go to the flight mode. We're in geometric calibration. It will ask us to connect to the Bluetooth and so forth. So let's go into the calibration mode and let's do our calibration. We're going to follow the information by going 3 circles to the counterclockwise and watch the light turn green. Now you're going to take the drone and you're going to do the same counterclockwise, and you watch the phone go into a full screen. You don't have to be perfect, just as long as you're within the degrees. We are fully calibrated, just like that. Tabletop demonstration, and only we are going to set our smartphone up by placing into the cradle. This is an iPhone 12. We're going to slide it up and lock it into place. We're going to adjust the antennas We have our feet open and we are ready to unlock. We are increasing for acceleration the height counterclockwise, that the unit's going to go counterclockwise. Clockwise, as the unit's going to spin clockwise. If I hit this button, it's going to go forward. If I go down, it's going to go backwards. If I go left, it's going to go left. And right, it's going to go right. If we want to return to home, we hit the return to home. The unit will come back, start to land, and shut off. We have here is please confirm a 1-key landing. We slide the switch and the drone will start to land. As it starts to descend, it lands. We want to ascend and land auto takeoff. We need to unlock, hit the lower button, and confirm 7-foot height takeoff. If for any reason that the drone crashes, it's going to shut off as a demonstration. What we're going to do now is go into the COG, the COG. We're going to change from mode 1, which was the ascend, descend, counterclockwise, to the opposite joysticks. What we're going to do now is going to press on the screen, unlock, and take off. We're going to hit the record button on the back. You hear a ding for recording, and for a picture, a snap. We want to do some different types of controls. Follow me, headless mode, point of interest. The mode requires to stay at a fixed point. We have 3 speeds. In the camera settings, we have brightness, saturation, effects, grayscale, bright, nostalgic, and restored to the factory defaults. You have an ISO settings, you have white balance, automatic white balance, daylight, shadow, cloudy, and so forth. On the video, we have 1080p and 4K. You have a cache of GPS, 30 frames, 60 frames per second. You have the size of the memory card, PTZ, and so forth. This is where you could do some gimbals, adjust your gimbal angles, and so forth. Your GPS is right over here, as you can see where you're at flying and where the drone is at. Over here you have your point of interest that you could draw your path, tell your drone how to go. As you hear the drone doing its path, you could start to change it, decrease the screen, increase the screen. You have a delete button and so forth all down here. Let's draw a path. And it'll fly that path. To manually land your drone, you're going to hit down on the joystick and you can manually land it just like so. It'll shut down and shut off. The few things we forgot to mention was low voltage cutoff. If the drone is out far and the battery is low, it will come back and land. And if your transmitter does get shut off, the drone will stop, come back and land in its area. So these are just a few things that we forgot to mention and some more. You're going to shut your drone off by a long press of the button. And then lastly, your controller. And then your phone. This is a drone generating heat. Show you what it looks like. When the drone rests for a number of minutes and allowing the battery to cool down, we can recharge with the USB-C plug located here. It'll take 4.5 hours to fully charge. From beginners drones to experienced drones, these drones are very fun to fly. They will require a Part 107, a trust, and a Part 104 license. Also today, a RID, remote ID, to fly one of these drones. It takes responsibility, a lot to learn, a partner to keep line of sight, and more. The BD901 drone is a foldable drone with 4K EIS and GPS technology. It has an optical flow state to keep the altitude hold, the gimbal that allows you to look down and film. You have a follow me, a tracking mode, and more. This uses an iPhone or a Droid phone for 25 minutes of runtime, 4.5 hours of charge time. A very nice drone that fits into a case with a spare battery as an option to purchase. Nice and compact with the 9,500 plus range. Up to 3 kilometers of flying. You have a sailing footage of 394 feet, the maximum altitude allowed. I hope you enjoy your drone. If this is the product that you are looking for your needs in a very sleek and professional way, the BD901 is a drone that is an excellent flying machine for your personal, recreational, and commercial use. Enjoy your product if this is right for you. I hope you enjoyed this educational tutorial video of the BD901. Look for future videos on how to change the propeller, how to change out a front and or rear arm, how to charge the battery, and more. Thank you for viewing and have a great day with your BD901 drone.